Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever in the world you may be joining us from today. My name is Francesco Del Carpio, and I am the CFL York Operations Coordinator. I would like to officially open the fifth session of the Student Nurses Voices Speaker Series, Student Nurses Voices from Southeast Asia. This series is being presented in partnership with the Nightingale Initiative for Global Health and sponsored by the Integrative Nurse Coach Academy, the Global Academy of Holistic Nursing, and the Commonwealth Nurses and Midwives Foundation. I would like to begin today with a land acknowledgement. We acknowledge and recognize that many Indigenous nations have longstanding relationships with the territory upon which our campuses are located that precede the establishment of York University. The area is known as Tekaronto and has been caretaken by the Anishinaabe Nation, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat. It is now home to many First Nation, Inuit, and Métis communities. We acknowledge the current treaty holders, the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. The territory is subject to the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement to peaceably share and care for the Great Lakes region. As this is an online event, our participants may be joining from various locations, so I strongly encourage you to learn about the traditional land upon which you are located. With this, I welcome our moderator, our speakers, and our participants from around the world. Welcome to our webinar. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our moderator, Dr. Phalakshi Manjrekar from the PD Hinduja National Hospital and Medical Research Center, and she is also on the NIGH Board of Directors representing India. For the sake of time, her full bio and the bios of all of today's speakers will be posted in the chat. Dr. Manjrekar, thank you very much for moderating today's session and for all of your work in helping put this session together. The floor is yours.
Thank you. I would request Diva
Yes.
to start with the opening remarks.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Phalakshi. Greetings, everyone. It is an honor and a privilege to be introducing this session to you and welcoming all of you, all of the panelists, presenters, and everyone in the audience, live and later in the recording. Thanks so much for being with us. I have just one thought to share with you as we begin. Nightingale said that nursing is both an art and a science, and that means that we're using our heads and our hearts, our heads for science and our hearts for the art. And recently, I've learned that the throat is the connector between the head and the heart. And here we are using our throats to bring our voices. That brings the connection between nursing's art and nursing science, nursing's voice. And with that, I'm very, very pleased to be introducing our dear friend and colleague, Dr. Maria Teresa Tess Panizales, who is the co-chair of this session and also the NIGH UN representative in New York City, UN NGO representative. Tess will be reading her poem to open. Tess?
Hello, good morning to everyone, or good evening, wherever you are in this part of the world. But we really are very excited. Yet I'm very excited to have you all and to listen to your voices. And I do love that analogy, Diva, the throat that connects the mind and into the heart. So we're ready to start with the poem just to put our place to settle and to reflect. The Healers. Though it hurts to see the suffering, our patients, our communities, our world, to be a witness where care cannot be reached, where care cannot be given, where care is a high price to pay, to hold the hands when life slips, when the newborn drifts, when honor and values are robbed, when our own identity is such that is left unknown. The humanness of being a nurse is more than what is visible. It is what is within. One who longs for a just world, for peace in the midst of suffering, or the moment of fleeting joy. One who dares to fight, to hold hands with you, with everyone, as we too are your partners. We too are part of that circle. We too are healers. In building a better world.
Thank you so much, Tess. Every time, of course, you wrote this just as we were starting our campaign for Nurses' Voices Around the World in Switzerland in 2003. And it moves every time. Thanks so much for sharing this from your office and your work. And now it is my continual honor and pleasure to be introducing our dear friend and colleague who has been with the Nightingale Initiative for Global Health since 2007 and 8, Dr. Phalakshi Manjrekar.
Thank you, Dr. Diva Moribek, for those wonderful opening remarks. And Dr. Tess Maria Penzelis for that wonderful poem. Yes, it really touches us. And this is something which we would want to, look at again and again till we want to practice nursing. As we start our session today is the day for CRO, Southeast Asian countries. These countries have an extremely strong cultural presence and a very rich heritage, which all of us are extremely proud of. However, today, we also acknowledge that alongside we have a deeply embedded nursing history. Each country has strengthened its nursing academics through an independent grassroots structure, emphasizing the belief that a good foundation of nursing education in the country's own nursing institutes and universities with highly acclaimed nursing professors is the future of nursing. Nightingale Initiative of Global Health, UNITAR CIPAL York, too has emphasized this. That's the reason why they promote the student nurses through these series as a voice of nurses for tomorrow. We come together to say CRO compromises in an alphabetical order of countries like Bangladesh, Bhutan, Democratic People's Republic of Korea, India, Indonesia, Maldives, Myanmar, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and Timor-Leste in its 2020 report, which says that its 9 countries have accomplished a nurse workforce that is steadily rising. All of us fight an overrising issue of nursing attrition. And amongst that, if we are able to say that we have a strong workforce, it's something which we are extremely proud of. To start the session today and to reflect more on this, we are extremely privileged to have with us our own CRO regional speaker, Tanimizu. She is the Technical Officer for Nursing and Midwifery at the World Health Organization Southeast Asia Regional Office in New Delhi. However, she is richly experienced through her WHO roles, nursing practice, education in multiple countries and arenas. She brings to the desk a global outlook today, and how happy we are to listen to her and extremely privileged that she was able to join us. We welcome Tanimizu.
Thank you so much for that introduction and for inviting me to this exciting webinar. So, Nightingale Initiative for Global Health International Co-Director Dr. Deva Marie Beck, NIGH Board of Directors Dr. Phalakshi and Dr. Tess, Unitar CFAO York University colleagues, WHO collaborating centers, directors, educators, fellow nurses, nursing students, supporters, and collaborators for nursing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from New Delhi, India. So again, my name is Tanimizu, and I am the Technical Officer for Nursing and Midwifery at the Regional Office for Southeast Asia. As a graduate of York University's nursing program, I am very humbled and so happy to be here today, opening this session and giving an introduction to our exciting region. As Dr. Phalakshi mentioned, our region consists of 11 member states. This region, with a population of over 2 billion people, accounts for 26% of the global population. And among these countries, 8 are classified as low middle income, 1 is low income, and 2 as upper middle income. The region faces high levels of poverty and disease burden, exacerbated by COVID-19 pandemic, conflict, cash crisis, and climate change. The region has made significant progress in the Universal Health Coverage Service Coverage Index, improving from 47 in 2010 to 62 in 2021, but this pace is insufficient to reach the target of 80 by 2030. Financial protection remains a challenge, with 326 million people facing catastrophic health spending in 2019. The COVID-19 pandemic reversed nearly a decade of progress, reducing life expectancy by 3 years and healthy life expectancy by 2.5 years between 2019 and 2021. The region emphasized the decade for strengthening human resources for health in 2015 to 2024, with the attention to health workforce availability, production, health workforce distribution, importance of key primary healthcare workers and teams, including nurses, transformative education, rural retention, and international migration. Since the start of the decade, the region increased availability of doctors, nurses, and midwives by 69.3%. However, despite housing a quarter of the world's population, the region only has 12.2% of the world's nursing personnel. 85 to 90% of our nursing workforce is female. 45% of the workforce is aged less than 35 years of age. 78% of the countries reported having a government chief nurse officer or equivalent. Now, May 2025 is a very exciting year for us in the nursing field, especially in global health, because the most updated nursing data will be included in the State of the World's Nursing Report, which will be released this year on May 12th, International Nurses Day. And we will hold a regional webinar, most likely after the 12th, so please stay tuned for more announcements. The Strategic Directions for Nursing and Midwifery 2021 to 2025 was adopted as a resolution at the 74th World Health Assembly. And this year in May, the World Health Assembly will discuss whether the strategic directions of nursing and midwifery should be extended until 2030. And you heard us, most of our nurses are aged less than 35 years. This is how exciting this region is. In terms of education and academic partners, we actually have 6 WHO collaborating centers in the region, of which 1 is here today with us from Thailand. Student nurses were actually included in the regional meeting to accelerate progress toward UHC and SDG goals through nursing and midwifery strategy and leadership meeting, which took place in 10th to the 12th of December 2024 in Bali, Indonesia. Participants loved the fact that we had students involved, and these were nursing students from across Indonesia, and they thought that this was the way forward from now on for any regional meetings that should happen. Oftentimes when I address nursing students, they ask me, how does a nurse get to work in WHO? So that's definitely another conversation, but I do want to let you know that there are ways. But the most important is for you to gain your clinical skills and experience. We as nurses, the foundation of nursing is our clinical work. and the work and experience we build from being with our patients. My work is really catered and dedicated for all the patients that I've encountered and I interacted with. And I'm working in this area because I know that I can have more impact to more patients with the given time that I have. So with this, I want to give it back to Dr. Phalakshi. Again, thank you very much for letting me speak for the opening for the CR webinar. Over to you.
Thank you, I think the information which you share is a remarkable information, which many of us are very happy to, know about. This is something which we never get to hear, especially the fact that CRO nurses are basically a young population. Most of them belong to the age group 35 and below. How significant is that? We are looking forward to a great nursing future because these nurses are nurses of tomorrow. And we look forward to see that we have multiple senior nurses practicing in our own countries. Thank you, Dr. I. We also look forward to hear more about the May 25 report on the International Nurses Day to understand more about nursing in our own areas. Let's start welcoming our new speaker again, Dr. Vaishali Rajsinh Mohite. Dr. Vaishali is the Dean of University, popularly known as Krishna University. This is one of the extremely popular and oldest university in Karad, a state in Maharashtra. We are very happy to welcome her with us because she heads as a principal of Krishna Institute of Nursing Science. She also has an enormous role to play on various state level and national level forums. She has a rich nursing history and has been instrumental in initiating multiple nursing programs in her leadership role. The floor is yours, Dr. Vaishali. We would like to hear more about it from you.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam Phalakshi. Happy morning, happy afternoon, and happy evening. It is an honor to address Nightingale Initiative for Global Health Student Nurses Y Series from Southeast Asia. I'm happy that we unite here to strengthen our future of nursing through knowledge, excellence, and collaboration and innovation. I would like to express my profound gratitude to the organizers, sponsors, and esteemed nursing leaders and frontline workers who have upheld the mission of valuing every life and respect for every life, and every life matters. Especially, I thank Dr. Phalakshi Manjrekar and our Chancellor, Dr. Suresh Bhosle, as I represent the Krishna Vishwavidyapit, is formerly known as the Krishna University at India. It's a leading institution accredited by the National Assessment and Accreditation Council and committed to excellence in nursing education, clinical training, and research with NIGH, NABL accreditation hospitals, and the university offers students hands-on learning experiences aligned with the global health standards. And students from all over the globe come here at Krishna Vishwavidyapit for study, and students are placed all over world as nurses, and they are distinguished alumni of Krishna Vishwavidyapit, Karad, India. My journey began in the 1989 at School of Nursing, Krishna University, where I've served in multiple roles, including founder principal to start undergraduate, postgraduate program, and specifically nurse practitioner in critical care nursing and other advanced nursing programs. And I was honored to contribute the India's first doctorate in nurse practitioner program, started in collaboration with the Indian Nursing Council and University of Houston. India has over the 5,500 nursing institutions, producing about 200,000 nurses annually, with nearly half of serving globally. And Student Nurses Association play crucial role in their holistic development at Krishna Vishwavidyapit, Karad. And we prioritize student-centered education, research, healthcare innovation, and through the strategic partnerships, memorandum of associations, and international collaborations. Our research department fosters innovations and promote high-quality academic research. We actively engage in international collaborations, including the research initiatives with the Taurus Rivers, Canada, and the participation in global health conferences. Our key research milestone has been studying the barriers of breast cancer, and screening in rural India since 1997 till date, identifying the critical issues such as lack of awareness, social barriers. So we have our mobile screening van initiative. So successfully downstage the breast cancer by providing the early detection services to the underserved communities. Krishna Vishwavidyapit remains committed for advancing nursing education, research, and global healthcare excellence, ensuring the brighter future of nursing profession. Here I conclude, nurses are the beating heart of our planet and motherland. I my best wishes to all nurses around the planet. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe. Thank you, each one of you. I thank core of my heart and namaskar. Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Vaishali. That was enormously important. And we really loved the way you were able to express about nursing. We invite you to introduce your first student.
At the outset, I have a proud privilege to welcome Miss Alina Thomas, a dedicated and passionate final year BSc Nursing student of Krishna Vishwavidyapit, Krishna Institute of Nursing Sciences, India, who is committed to patient care. I welcome Miss Alina. Floor is yours.
Thank you, ma'am, for that kind welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone joining from different parts of the world. It is an absolute honor to be here today, sharing my journey as a nursing student, the experiences that shaped me, and my growing passion. So, my name is Alina Thomas, and I am currently pursuing my undergraduate nursing degree at Krishna Institute of Nursing Sciences, Maharashtra, India. So, from the very beginning, I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field, but I wasn't sure which path to take. However, as I learned more about the role of nurses, their compassion, dedication, and the impact they have on patients, I felt inspired to choose this profession. One of the key reasons I am thriving in this field is a strong academic and practical foundation provided by my institution, our college, in alignment with Krishna Vishwavidyapit University, which offers an innovative and comprehensive nursing education that integrates near-peer teaching techniques, hands-on clinical exposure, and research-driven learning. This approach not only enhances our knowledge, but also fosters teamwork, confidence, and leadership skill essential for modern nursing practice. Our institution is affiliated with a 1,200 plus bedded hospital, which has provided me with invaluable clinical exposure across multiple specialties. This extensive setting allowed me to witness and learn from rare and complex medical cases and enhance my critical thinking, diagnostic skills, and clinical decision making. The vast patient diversity ensured that I adapted to different medical scenarios, refining my assessment and patient management abilities. Additionally, my clinical rotation is specialized centers like mental hospitals and Muktangan Rehabilitation Center in Pune deepened my understanding of psychiatric care. Observing patients with varying mental health condition and witnessing the impact of therapeutic interventions like counseling and holistic treatment approaches solidified my interest in psychiatric care. These experiences reinforced my belief that mental health care is not just about treatment, it's about empathy, it's about trust building and breaking the stigma around the mental illness. Additionally, beyond clinical training, my institution places strong emphasis on professional development through continued medical and nursing education, leadership training, and national and international conferences. I had the opportunity to participate in neuro conference, confab, and mental health conferences across different states where I interacted with experts, engaged in research discussions, and broadened my perspective on nursing advancement. One of the most defining moments of my journey was being in part of the launch of India's first Doctor of Nursing Practice program, which was a historic milestone for nursing education in our country. Through this program, I had the privilege of meeting renowned nursing leaders from India and the United States of America, learning from their expertise and understanding the evolving scope of nursing at a global level. Apart from the academics and hospital exposure, my experience in community-based healthcare setting have played a vital role in shaping my approach to nursing. Engaging in cancer screenings, health education programs, and outreach activities allowed me to see firsthand the importance of preventive care and public health awareness. Organizing debates, poster presentation, essay competition not only helped me develop strong leadership and management skill, but also reinforced my ability to work effectively in a team. These experiences have made me more confident, adaptable, and prepared for real world responsibilities of nursing. However, the journey has not been without challenges. Nursing is a demanding profession requiring both physical and emotional resilience. Through rigorous hospital postings, long hours of patient care, and the responsibility of handling critical situations, I learned time management, stress management, and the ability to make swift yet informed decisions. Training programs like TNAI training sessions have further strengthened my professional skills and prepared me for real world nursing challenges. Every experience, whether it was working in hospital, participating in research, attending conferences, or engaging in community outreach, have contributed to shaping me into the nurse I am today. Nursing, it is not just a profession, it is a lifelong commitment to learning, adapting, and making a difference in people's lives. I am incredibly grateful for the opportunities my college has provided and the challenges I have overcome and the skills I have developed along the way. I look forward continuing my journey. Thank you for the opportunity to share my experience, and I hope my story inspires students to embrace their challenges and rewards of nursing with passion and dedication. Nursing is not just about treating illness, it's about healing minds, bodies, and souls. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alina. Now I invite Ms. Christy Anasaji, final year nursing students of Krishna Vishwavidyapit, Karad, Krishna Institute of Nursing Sciences, to share her journey with everyone joining us virtually from different parts of the country. I welcome Christy.
Thank you, ma'am, for that warm welcome. Greetings of the day, everyone. I am Christy Anasaji, truly honored to be part of the Student Nurses Voices speaker series. I'm here to share my experience as an undergraduate nursing student at Krishna Institute of Nursing Sciences, Maharashtra, India. India has a remarkable legacy in nursing that dates back to ancient time. Influenced by traditional healing practices, British-era nursing reforms, and modern advancement in healthcare, the contributions of Florence Nightingale during the colonial period, along with pioneers, play a significant role in shaping the nursing education in India. Today, nursing has evolved into a respected and essential profession that plays a critical role in the country's healthcare system. One of the most fascinating aspects of Indian nursing is its diversity. As a country with multiple languages, cultures, and healthcare challenges, nurses in India are adaptable and culturally competent. During my clinical posting, I worked with patients from different socioeconomic backgrounds, rural and urban communities, and those with unique healthcare beliefs. This diversity has taught me to communicate effectively, respect the cultural differences, and provide patient-centered care that aligns with the individual needs. Being a student at Krishna, I've gained exposure through national and international collaborations with various nursing institutions, which broadened my understanding of nursing beyond the textbooks and classrooms, and it prepared me for a dynamic healthcare environment. As we engage in international conferences, symposiums, student exchange programs, research collaborations with global nursing institutions, we get to know more about the modern healthcare technologies and methodologies, which expanded my understanding of nursing. And yeah, one of the biggest challenges in healthcare is overcoming the cultural and language barriers. As a student nurse, I have seen how differences in languages, religious beliefs, customs can sometimes create misunderstanding between the nurses and the patient. However, through training, collaboration, and with real world experiences, I've learned the importance of cultural sensitivity to understand the patient's background and provide respected and personalized care. By effective communication strategies like learning the basic phrases in different languages and using nonverbal cues to connect with patients, and by working with multidisciplinary healthcare teams to bridge the gap between different healthcare systems and beliefs, these have not only made me a better nursing student, but also prepared me to work in diverse healthcare settings for the future. Studying at Krishna Institute of Nursing Sciences has been a transformative experience, as the institution provides us with high-quality nursing education that blends theoretical knowledge with practical training, and the state-of-art stimulation lab and clinical exposure helped me gain confidence in handling real-life medical scenarios, along with the robust mentorship from experienced healthcare professionals have deepened my knowledge. Through my course here, I've discovered my passion for nursing management, a field that allows me to combine my clinical knowledge with leadership, teamwork, and critical thinking skills. As I progressed, I realized that nurses are leaders, coordinators, and decision makers. My interest in nursing management grew when I observed how nurse manages the resources, ensure the patient's safety, and create policies that improve the healthcare delivery. Beyond academics, my journey in nursing has been shaped by my active participation in various student nursing association events through national, international conferences, TNI launch events, CME programs, and even in anchoring and being part in managing committee at international conferences and college events, partaking in national level and college level symposiums. I've gained invaluable experiences that have broadened my perspective on nursing leadership and management. These opportunities allowed me to engage with nursing professionals and leaders, gaining insight into evolving healthcare systems to develop strong leadership, communication, and organizational skills, which are crucial in nursing management. It also helped me understand the importance of policymaking, hospital administration, and effective healthcare delivery. To wrap up, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Student Nurses Voices series for providing this incredible platform to share my journey and experience. This event is a testament to the power of collaboration, where student nurses from around the world come together, exchange knowledge, inspire one another, and strengthen the future of nursing globally. Being part of this series have reinforced my belief that nursing is not just a profession. It is a global movement driven by compassion, passion, leadership, and innovation. The insights and experiences shared here will continue to shape our perspective and empower us to make a meaningful impact in healthcare. To my fellow nursing students and future leaders, let us continue to learn, grow, and advocate for our profession. Together, we can break barriers, drive the changes, and elevate nursing to new heights. Thank you to the organizers, speakers of this series for this inspiring opportunity. It's been an honor to be part of this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy, for wonderful
Wonderful.
presentation.
How wonderful. Christy and Saji, Alina, your professor, Dr. Vaishali, nursing is definitely in good hands. And this is what we are looking at when we say you are the future of nursing. Can we depend upon you? Definitely, yes. And this is what this entire webinar is about. Students, nurses, student nurses, and what we want for our future nursing. To move forward, take this opportunity to welcome Asiya Ibrahim. She's the Dean School of Nursing from the Maldives National University. Maldives, a nation which is rich in its natural and nature-driven resources. Today, we look at Maldives as one nation who's coming up very, very strongly with an extremely strong and global nursing presence. Leaders like Asiya Ibrahim with a very strong academic background make that possible. She is a highly acclaimed professional who once led the Maldives Nursing and Midwifery Councils, Maldives Nursing Association, and has experienced the global nursing scenarios. We are extremely privileged to have her here today. We welcome you, Asiya Ibrahim, and we look forward to listen to your thoughts.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Phalakshi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my dear educators and also the students who have joined and those who are also have joined as participants in this forum from different parts of the world. And thank you very much for providing me and my two students to speak in this wonderful session, Student Nurses Voices from Southeast Asia. I would especially like to thank Dr. Deva, International Coordinator of NIGH, for reaching out to me and collaborating with your team for this month's session. Also grateful to United Nations Institution for Training and Research, UNITA, and UNITA CIFAL New York Center at York University in Toronto, the Commonwealth Nurses and Nurse Midwife Federation. I believe this is a wonderful opportunity to speak in an international forum, allowing especially our students to raise their voices as they will be our future nursing leaders. Just to start with, Dr. Phalakshi has introduced me, I come from the Maldives, a small island nation in the Indian Ocean consisting of 1,192 very tiny coral islands. Our population is very small, nearly 500,000. And at present, we live in around 188 islands, which are officially declared as inhabited islands. We are 100% Muslim country, and our healthcare practices are aligned with our Islamic beliefs. When we look at the evolution of nursing in the Maldives, our first nurse midwife underwent training actually in India in 1973. And when she returned, actually our professional nursing started in 1964. We have basic training, which we call as advanced certificate. We have a diploma nursing, and then we were able to start with our Bachelor of Nursing in 2005. And right now we have Master of Nursing and Master of Nursing Administration, which are the highest level courses. Our university, the School of Nursing, we have one main campus here in Male, which is the regional, and 4 regional campuses in other atolls. So our nursing student population is around 1,100. And even though we are the largest institute who are training nurses, we now have 2 other private colleges offering nursing programs. And even though we are training nurses which will be serving in our country, we do come across a lot of challenges for our nurses. One of the reasons is many of our nurses work in the remote islands, and they have to sometimes work by themselves, even though they may be in a small healthcare team. So sometimes their workload is high, and the nurse to patient ratio may be better, but since they work in the out islands, they have challenges of being on their own. And still we depend very much on expatriate nurses. We have foreign nurses who work here in the Maldives. We have around 60% of our own local nurses, and 40% is expatriate nurses, mainly from India or Nepal or Philippines. Another challenge with nurses usually come is the low pay they have compared to doctors. But if you look at regional wise in other countries, the pay may be good, but our living expenses are quite high. And like most of our other regional countries, our female population of nurses is more than the male. And we still have deficiencies in specialized nurses. So we have still a long way to go. And I hope our future nurses will be taking from us. And some of the challenges in our nursing students and nursing program is we still have lack of adequate spaces for classrooms and labs. We have full-time lecturers is quite less. And so we depend a lot on part-time lecturers who are working nurses. And we have a huge challenge in giving clinical experiences in the hospital. So we also are in the process of investing in simulation labs where students can. So it's one of the projects that I am carrying out right now. So with this small introduction, I would like to introduce the students who are joining from the Maldives National University. First, I would like to introduce Habba Laila, a student of our university. She's a final year Bachelor of Nursing program student. She chose nursing because she loves helping people and believes in the field that gives back significantly to the individuals and community. She is particularly interested in critical care and mental health nursing, as she believes these fields are essential for delivering compassionate care. So, yeah, Laila, please present your story. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Asiya, ma'am. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
So greetings to everyone. My name is Hawa Laila Lutfi, and currently I'm in my last year of Bachelor of Nursing program in the Maldives National University. Firstly, I would like to thank the organizers for this series and for the opportunity to share my nursing story. My interest in a nursing career began when I was a teenager living in my island in the Maldives. My grandfather suffered a stroke, and neither me nor my family knew how to help beyond calling for aid. When the medical team arrived, I watched as the nurse cared for my grandfather, assisted the doctor, and calmly explained the situation to us. That was the moment I realized that how essential nurses are in our daily lives. So when the time came to choose my own career, I knew nursing was the path for me, as nurses are the closest to the patients, providing not just medical care, but also comfort and support. Their role extends far beyond the bedside or hospital walls. They are vital to the well-being of the entire community. This is why I chose nursing, to be a part of a profession that truly makes a difference. When I first started my clinical postings in different areas, I developed a deep interest in the surgical side of nursing, particularly the operation theater. I was fascinated by the various surgical procedures and was eager to learn more about them. But my perspective shifted when I experienced critical care nursing in the ICU. I was in awe of how the nurses took the lead in patient care, showing both clinical expertise and deep empathy for patients in their most vulnerable moments. Watching them make critical decisions with a balance of ethics and quick thinking made me realize that nursing is not just a job. It is a profound responsibility and a true act of service to the world. When sharing my experience as a student nurse, I believe it's important to highlight my university journey as well. The Maldives National University has been my second home for the past 4 years, providing me with invaluable knowledge and skills that have shaped the nurse I am becoming. It has been a place of growth, learning, and hands-on experiences that have prepared me for the challenges and responsibilities of this profession. But being a student nurse isn't always easy or rewarding, right? Here in the Maldives, we have very limited opportunities for hands-on experience, making it difficult to expand our knowledge. I believe that if we had more chances to train in other countries where we could observe, learn, and expand our knowledge, we could enhance our skills and be better prepared for our roles as full-time nurses. Looking at the healthcare system in the Maldives, one of the biggest challenges is the rise of non-communicable diseases. NCDs being accountable for approximately 85% of deaths in our country makes prevention programs of NCDs an absolute necessity. I can proudly say that twice a year, students from our faculty, School of Nursing, organizes a health promotion event to raise awareness and educate the public about preventing NCDs and many other health issues to promote a healthier lifestyle. While these events have been effective, technical limitations have prevented us from reaching a larger audience. However, we are hopeful that we will be able to overcome these challenges and expand our impact this year. As the world continues to evolve, we as nurses must also strive to grow, adapt, and work harder to create a healthier world one at a time. Once again, thank you for this opportunity and thank you all for listening.
Sorry, sorry. Thank you, Laila. Now I would like to introduce Shamila, who is studying in our university. She is a second semester student of advanced diploma in nursing. During her studies so far, she has gained hands-on experience in her future profession. So she is interested in pediatric nursing, where she can help with infants and children. She always loved helping others, and she chose nursing as a profession to be able to help and care for the people in need. Shamita, it's for you now.
Thank you, Dean Asiya Madam, and good evening. Good evening, everyone. I'm Shamila Ali, and I'm representing the Maldives National University School of Nursing. First of all, I would like to thank you for providing me with this opportunity. I'm truly honored to be a part of this memorable event. I'm a nursing student currently enrolled in a course in Diploma in Nursing, and this is my second semester. I became interested in nursing after seeing nurses walking. I was very touched by their calm and friendly approach towards patients and the impact that they have on the recovery of patients. I've always loved helping people, not just physically, but attend to the mental aspect, and nursing is the profession where I can achieve that goal. Here in Maldives, we study our theory in the classroom, and as part of practical subject, first we practice the procedures on dummies in the campus arting practice lab. I'm sorry, in dummies in the campus nursing practice lab, and then we go to different hospitals, work shifts under nurses and in different hospitals to gain more experience in clinical settings. During last semester, I have worked in 2 of the tertiary hospitals in the capital city of Malé, which are Indira Gandhi Memorial Hospital, IGMH, and Diki Hospital in surgical, medical, and ENT wards. I'm interested in pediatric nursing. However, I have not studied pediatrics yet. I'm looking forward to studying about the specific area and working in the pediatric wards in the hospital settings. The reason I'm interested in the area is because I believe I work very well with infants and babies, and I love them very much. So I want to have the honor to help infants and babies and learn more about their conditions and how to handle them at a professional level. During the semester, the most challenging aspect is the lack of space and equipment in the nursing practice lab and as well as in the hospitals. Even though we have dummies, some of them are damaged mostly because very few is available in the practice lab. I believe the replacement of some of them is necessary. I also find lack of space in hospitals very challenging. Similarly, as the hospitals are small and not having adequate number of patients to work with, we don't really get to experience too many different or rare disease conditions. Many of the complicated cases are transferred abroad to either India or Sri Lanka. I hope in future to get the opportunity to get hands-on experience in bigger hospitals abroad. In addition to this, our university focus on a lot more than studies as they focus on creating leaders, not just scholars. We have a students union, the MNUSU, and under them we have wings in each faculty where we get the opportunity to lead different activities. Likewise, our wing is named Nearest, and currently I am the secretary of our wing and I handle all the documentation such as mails that is related to the wing. We have several sports and academic competitions that we organize from different faculties, including volleyball, futsal, carom, chess, and many more, through which we develop leadership skills which will be handy when we graduate and start working in our specialized field. I'm excited to listen to the different experience from the other participants. I hope you enjoyed my participation, and once again, I'm eternally grateful to be a part of the Student Nurses Voice. Thank you.
Thank you, Shamila. I think listening to your young voices under that able guidance of Dean Asiya Ibrahim, Maldives nursing is in excellent hands. We look forward to meeting you on more global forums and wishing you all the success. Today's student nurses are tomorrow's nurses. May all your dreams be true. Thank you. As we go ahead, we take this opportunity to welcome our next speaker, Dr. Unmona Borgohain Saikia. She is the professor cum principal, College of Nursing, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Guwahati in Assam. This is a public medical university of India at the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. As a professional associated with an institute acclaimed as #1 globally, she has multiple national and regional roles, has a very strong independent presence in Eastern India, a part of India which is growing enormously. Today, we'll look forward to multiple young and promising nurse leaders with many student nurses who look at them as an example to lead. Welcome, Dr. Unmona, and we await to hear more about your thoughts.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello, warm regards to everyone here. I'm truly indebted to Madam Phalakshi and the team of Nightingale Initiative for Global Health. It is an honor for me to be part of this global platform through Student Nurses Speaker Series. Yes, we have heard a lot about issues of India. India, a country with 1.44 billion population, world's most linguistically diversified nation, vast diversity in cultures, demographics, and healthcare infrastructures, with GDP only 1.9% in public health expenditure. So today, our nursing students stand at crossroads between Indian tradition and modernity, between challenges and opportunity. However, I just would like to take out the few positive things about Indian scenario. First to mention cultural competency and adaptability. Indian nurses are trained in diverse cultural settings, preparing them for global healthcare environments. Experiences in both rapidly growing advanced urban hospital and resource-limited rural health centers enhances adaptability and innovation for students too. Training is often tailored to regional disease burden. As we all know, India currently faces the double disease burden, both communicable and non-communicable diseases. Hence, Indian nurses are known for their clinical skill, resilience, and also dedication, making them highly valued worldwide. Challenges faced by nursing students so beautifully explained by the previous student speakers. Multilingual patient population pose communication challenges. More than 100,000 languages, particularly in my northeast region of India, we have the several languages. Inappropriate nurse-patient ratio demands the students to take up their responsibility at early age. Advanced technology and training facilities in urban centers, yes, but lack of essential resources in rural areas. And another aspect, gender and cultural perception. Nursing is traditionally seen as a female profession, as we know, leading to lower male representation and limiting diversity in leadership. Most importantly, nursing is yet to be chosen as first choice in our country. As a principal, I experienced being the principal of over 20 years for the private college last, and again now is a founder principal of a public sector. And as an academic leader, I believe it is our responsibility to bridge these gaps and shaping the better tomorrow. To build a future-ready nursing workforce, we are implementing key reforms in our country, ensuring uniformity in curriculum to maintain quality across the Indian institution through Indian Nursing Council. Constantly focusing on quality improvement projects and patient safety. And we are expanding mandatory simulation training for all faculties all over the country. And COVID taught us a big lesson about the mental health. We are strengthening mental health and well-being. Particularly, students also had to face the patient during that time, establishing student counseling mentorship in Nursing Institute. And as there is a diversity in the health resources, diversity in the people, we are partnering with the government and private hospital to ensure real-world exposure for skill development. We see the government set up patients is a huge number, nurses are few, but in the private, we have all facilities, but patients are not that huge in number. So this is helping their real experiences when we are mixing both the institute. And students are well guided for direct patient care from first year with dual responsibility of nursing education and service role. We, the teachers, take the responsibility in the hospital, also the hospital side, vice versa. So from the very first year, the skills are being focused. So the road, as we are aware, population migration has been associated with the spread of diseases. Hence, it is mandatory for nursing professionals to update global cultures and health burdens. And I am confident initiative like this series of student nurses' voices at the global level will unite young professionals for better tomorrow. Together, we are not just training nurses, we are shaping the future of healthcare. With this, now I would like to welcome Ms. Arju, young undergraduate student. She is from the Institute Asian Institute of Nursing Education, that is the Northeast, the first private nursing college I established in 2004. I was there till 2024. And this institute under SNDT Women's University, that is the first women's university in India and Southeast. This university is committed to the cause of women's empowerment through access to education, particularly higher education. So I'm very proud to talk about SNDT in this forum. So I welcome Ms. Arju, and this is yours.
Thank you for that kind introduction. Thank you for that kind introduction, ma'am. Good morning, good evening, and namaste to all the esteemed dignitaries and everyone present here today. I am incredibly honored to be a part of the Student Nurses Voices Speaker Series, and I am deeply grateful to Madam Dr. Unmona for giving me this incredible opportunity. As a final year BSc nursing student, I am here on the cusp of entering the profession with a mix of excitement, anticipation, and yes, a little bit of nervous energy. Nursing, it's a word that resonates with so much meaning and so much compassion. Like many, my initial perception of nursing was shaped by common stereotypes. Honestly, before I started my degree, I did not fully grasp the depth and breadth of what nursing truly entails. My journey through the BSc nursing program has been a process of shattering those preconceived notions. I realized that nursing is far more complex, far more demanding, and far more rewarding than I ever imagined. It is not just about administering medication and changing bandages, although that is certainly important, but it is about truly seeing the patient and not just their illness. It is about understanding their fears, their anxieties, and their unique needs. Finding my place in the profession, even as a student, has been a journey of discovery. It's been challenging, no doubt. The long hours of studying, the demanding clinical rotations, the emotional toll witnessing patient suffering, it can sometimes feel overwhelming. But then there are moments when you see a patient's eyes light up because you have eased their pain, moments when a family member expresses heartfelt gratitude for your care, moments when you finally understand a complex procedure and feel a surge of confidence. These moments, these small victories, fuel my passion, and reaffirm my commitment to this incredible profession. Speaking of commitment, let me talk about the positive strides India is making in the field of nursing. We are witnessing a growing recognition of the crucial roles nurses play in the healthcare system. Initiatives focused on improving nursing education, providing better working conditions, and empowering nurses are gaining momentum. We are seeing a rise in specialized nursing role and a greater emphasis on research and evidence-based practices. However, even as a student, I can still see that there's a long way to go. We need to continue advocating for better resources, improved infrastructure, and greater recognition for nurses. We need to address the challenges that many nurses face. Looking forward, as I prepare to graduate and begin my career, envision go beyond being just caregivers and grow into leaders and innovators, building on the progress nurses have already made in healthcare. I want to contribute to a culture of continuous learning and professional development, ensuring that nurses are equipped with the knowledge and skills that are necessary to meet the evolving healthcare needs of our world. At last, I would just like to conclude by saying that nursing, it is not just a job, it's a calling. And it's a calling that I'm deeply honored to answer. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Arju. Your passion, compassion, and commitment really touched me. You are very young, so there are miles to go. Your words definitely will have impact in your action too. Wish you better and brighter future. Thank you so much. So now I would like to invite, before inviting Miki, I just would like to extend my deepest gratitude to Madam Dr. Deva for continuously connecting and giving me this opportunity and this platform. Thank you so much. Yes, Miki is also a very potential girl. She is from the institute, is the first Northeast nursing college in India, not a government nursing college. It is almost around 50 years old nursing college. So she's also a student, but now she has completed the master's in the Cancer Institute, and she's a very potential, vibrant, and looking forward to hear her. And stage is yours now, Miki, please.
Hello, greetings everyone. Good morning, good evening, and namaste. Well, I feel much honored to share my experience and perspective as an oncology nurse. Well, after my graduation, my career started as a bedside nurse in Tata Medical Center, Kolkata, India, which is an oncology based hospital where we dealt not only with cancer surgery patients but also with patients who underwent chemotherapy, who went radioiodine therapy, palliative patients, and of course, not to forget all the demands, private demands from private attendants. So this bedside demands, this bedside experiences has led me to know more about oncology, about cancer, and that's how I landed my interest in MSc nursing in Dr. B. Borua Cancer Institute, which is a very renowned and prestigious college in entire Northeast India. Well, as a MSc student, as an intern, our perspective on oncology care is shaped by advanced knowledge, evidence-based practice, and a global outlook on cancer treatment and patient care. We are mostly concerned with, firstly, holistic patient-centered care. We all know cancer is a word which brings fear to everyone. Fear of unknown. It brings and it triggers actually different type of emotions. It triggers anger, it triggers sadness, it triggers fear, anxiety, everything. So we make sure while treating those patients, while communicating with those patients, we make sure that we are very cautious. We make sure their cancer journey is a very smooth one through our good communication with our good holistic patient care. Nextly, coming to evidence-based practice in oncology. We always talk about evidence-based practice. Recently, evidence-based practice is something which is like very much heard in nursing, right? So in my institution, even though evidence-based practices are done, but it is still at its infancy in the entire Northeast India. Well, in my oncology center, that is BBCI, we do perform certain evidence-based practices. Like I'd like to give examples. Like for example, a patient who is receiving chemotherapy paclitaxel, for them we give cold therapy, we give ice therapy so that they do not have peripheral neuropathy. Similarly, a breast cancer woman who has breast engorgement, we ask them to put cold cabbage leaves. And I have seen in my experience that this type of practices really helps the patient. Nextly, we deal with leadership and advocacy. It's often very evident that we have to be a good leader sometime, and we also have to advocate our patients so that the cancer care delivery, the cancer care treatment delivery and outcomes are fruitful. Nextly, advanced clinical roles. So since I'm working in an oncology hospital, it is obvious that we have to perform certain advanced clinical roles. Like we are trained and we perform the clinical roles of stoma nurse. Then we do perform the role of pick line nurses. Then we do perform the duties of a palliative nurse, and also sometimes we do perform the roles of nurse educators. Since I'm a MC student, we do organize in-service classes for our colleagues and also the staff of Dr. Bibora Cancer Institute, where we discuss the latest advancements that are taking place in oncology. And also we do share our knowledge, whichever we do is possible. We do organize in-service classes. Nextly, palliative and end of life care. So we all know that any chronic diseases, a patient who is having any chronic diseases will have to undergo the palliative stage. But when it comes to cancer, when it comes to oncology, the palliative process is a very different one. It is a very emotional one. And while dealing with a palliative patient, we have to be extra cautious. We have to be extra careful. And we are trained to do so. And we make sure that we do that. So nextly, global and ethical considerations. When it comes to disease, and when it comes to cancer, especially, we have to make sure that all the ethical considerations are done properly. Mainly, informed consent. We make sure that before doing any procedures, like we have to do PICC line dressing, we have to do stoma dressing, then we make sure that informed consents are taken properly, and we have to make sure that cultural sensitivity is taken care of. And again, educating the patient time to time is a very important thing. So these are the various things that we do in our institute. And lastly, research and innovation in oncology nursing. So there is a scope of improvement whenever and wherever research thing is going on, right? When I was in MSc nursing course, that time I did a research on assessing the knowledge, the perception of various parents whose children is receiving chemotherapy. And to my surprise, I found that many of the parents, they had negative perception about chemotherapy, about cancer, and they had very less knowledge about chemotherapy and cancer. And it saddened me so much that I was into doing the research more properly. And I hope in my next PhD level I will be continuing the same research, because people needs to be aware of cancer, that it is not a god's punishment or such, but it is a lifestyle disease, and people have to adapt to it and take all the lifestyle preventive measures. So, in conclusion, I'd like to say that our role in oncology care is multifaceted. It involves direct patient care, research, leadership, and advocacy. And our advanced education equips us to drive improvements in cancer care, ensuring that patients receive high quality, evidence based, and compassionate treatment. Lastly, we have to believe and we have to not forget that we are the future of healthcare. Our knowledge, compassion, and leadership can transform lives of many. And let's not forget the fact that we have an impact, we make an impact, it be in the bedside or in any institute, in any educational organization that we work in. So, with this, I'd like to conclude my experience, my thoughts. So, thank you a lot.
Thank you, Mickey. That was indeed phenomenal.
Thank you.
Mickey, as well as your colleague, Arzu. Both of you all were able to share your students' viewpoint extremely well. And that is what we really, look forward. Dr. Unmona, under your guidance, you were able to help us understand multiple leadership roles in academics as well as in the services. As we move ahead, we take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Diki Wamgmo. Dr. Diki Wamgmo is the Dean, Apollo Bhutan Institute of Nursing. Bhutan is a country with a rich heritage, huge natural resources, and a growing nursing scenario. Dr. Diki was instrumental in being one of the nurses who contributed to the history of nurses in Kingdom of Bhutan. Her strong academics and educational experiences from countries across the globe and multiple national institutes playing a nursing role, she made her presence felt in her own country to take nurses to a new height. Today, her presence in this session is a very special one. She would bring to us her views and thoughts from a country where nursing is rising phenomenally, and we are looking at new heights where this profession is going to lead in this country over the next years. Welcome, Dr. Diki.
Thank you very much, Dr. Phalakshi. I hope I'm audible.
You are.
Okay. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for the introduction. I'm really humbled by all the things that you have said. Thank you very much. And I think good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, since we are from all over the place. I bring greetings to all of you from Bhutan. Before I became the Dean of the Apollo Bhutan Institute of Nursing, I actually worked at the, we have one university, medical university in Bhutan known as the Gesar Gyalpo Medical University. And I worked as the registrar there, and I retired in 2023. And after retiring from the university, I joined the Apollo Bhutan Institute of Nursing. I think before I say something about my institute, I would like to say that it is an honor and a privilege to be part of this noble initiative. And we thank Dr. Diva and the Nightingale Initiative for Global Health for reaching out to us and making us aware of the wonderful work that has been started. This is truly a great platform. As I was listening, I noticed for sharing experiences, learning from each other, inspiring each other, and creating future nursing leaders. To say a few words about the institution that I'm working at, the Apollo Bhutan Institute of Nursing was established in 2019 as a joint venture between Apollo India and Chundu Travel and Tours Bhutan. As the country's first and only FTI healthcare institution, Apollo Bhutan Institute has made a significant contribution to nation building. The institute is affiliated with the Gesar Gyalpo University of Medical Sciences of Bhutan and regulated by the Medical and Health Professional Council of Bhutan. With a vision to provide the best healthcare education using a combination of continuous quality improvement and cutting-edge technology, the institute strives to address the growing demand for nursing professionals, not just in Bhutan, but globally. In closing, I would once again like to thank NIGH and the organizers for your efforts to achieve global health. And I hope that this will be the start of a long-lasting collaboration of learning, not just for our students, but for all the nursing fraternity. I strongly believe that old is gold and young is progress. And I am happy to see this being aptly applied in this forum. So congratulations to everybody who is instrumental in coming up with this forum. This is my first time and I am really awed and impressed by everything the earlier student as well as other speakers have mentioned. With this, I would like to introduce our students. So firstly, let me introduce Akash Pradhan, who is a third-year nursing student at the Apollo Bhutan Institute of Bhutan. So Akash, over to you.
Greetings to everyone. I am Akash Pradhan. I am third-year student studying at Apollo Bhutan Institute of Nursing. I am very thankful to the organizer for providing us such opportunity to share our experience as a nursing student. So I would like to share my experience as a nursing student. As a nursing student, my journey has been an extraordinary tapestry woven with both challenges and dreams. I still vividly recall my first clinical rotation, a whirlwind of anxiety and excitement that marked the beginning of my transformation. The moment I stepped into the hospital, I was enveloped with energy that was both exhilarating and daunting. The rhythmic beeping of machines, the hurried step of the staffs, and the patients whose stories were waiting to be uncovered. One encounter in particular ached itself into my heart. I met an elderly patient whose frail body belied a spirit overflowing with warmth and wisdom. As I listened to their stories, I was deeply moved by reflections on love, loss, and resilience. They spoke of dreams for their grandchildren, and in that moment, I felt a profound connection that transcended the clinical setting. I realized that nursing is not merely about medical expertise, it's about forging deep connections and offering compassion. I understood that I have the incredible privilege to not only heal bodies, but also uplift the spirits and provide solace when it is needed the most. Throughout this journey, I have faced my own battles, those long nights filled with uncertainty and self doubt when I questioned myself and my capacity to succeed. Yet, in those moments of vulnerability, I discovered the immeasurable strength of community. I recall a particularly challenging week when the weight of exams and clinical responsibilities felt suffocating. I broke down during a study session, and instead of judgment, I was met with open arms and unwavering support from my lecturers and classmates. We shared our fears, celebrated our small victories, and turned our struggles into shared strength. This bond has taught me that we are not just individuals, we are a collective force united by our passion and purpose. As I prepare to step into world of health healthcare professional, I carry forward the invaluable lessons of empathy, teamwork, and an unwavering commitment to my patients. Together, we can transform challenges into opportunities and ensure that every voice is heard and every story valued. With this, I want to conclude. Let us inspire one another to serve with courage and compassion, knowing that we have the power to make a profound difference in the lives of others and to create a world where hope and healing always prevails. So I would like to thank the organizer for providing such a great opportunity for sharing our experiences. Thank you.
Thank you, Akash, for sharing your thoughts, your story, and also giving us a glimpse of your student life. Thank you very much. May I now request Jigdel Yishisange, who is a second-year nursing student, to share your story. Over to you, Jigdel.
Thank you so much, Madam Jin. First of all, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and kuzo Zangpola from Bhutan. Am I audible, La?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. So I'm a student. I'm Jigresh Sange, and I'm a student, second-year student in the Apollo Bhutan Institute of Nursing. My journey as a nurse began when I was f- when I was firstly like when I was posted in my first clinical rotation, which was in Chirang Hospital. There, I was tasked with vital signs of patients, seemingly simple tasks, but but it was first time, and it was my first time. But the patients were so nice that they told me not to get nervous for the first time. That moment, that simple act of human connection was a revelation. It wasn't just about taking vital signs or checking their health. It was about seeing the persons behind the patient. So it was about acknowledging the fear, their pain, and their humanity. There were also other movements. There were also other movements. If I remember, a chaotic night shift at the emergency department in the Tirang Hospital. So I was in fear that how can I handle a patient if a patient comes with the emergency? But no, but seeing the teamwork, like each member, seeing the teamwork of the staff nurses there made me learn that night that even in the midst of chaos, there's a structure, a purpose, a shared goal. Uh, I've learned uh, a shared goal. So I've learned to administer medications, to change dressings, to insert catheters. But more importantly, I've learned to listen, to emphasize, to offer a comforting hands. I've learned that a simple act of kindness, a gentle touch, a listening ear can be as powerful as any medication. Uh, so far, I have been to three hospital, or I have gone to clinical attachment in three hospital, all thanks to Apollo Bhutan Institute of Nursing. And one of the most profound experience was caring for a patient nearing the end of their life. So we spent hours talking, sharing stories, and simply being present. It was a privilege to witness their vulnerability, to be a part of the final chapter. It taught me that the importance of dignity, of compassion, and honoring the human experience, even in its final moments. Being a student nurse in Bhutan isn't just about acquiring skill, or it's about undergoing a transformation. It's about learning to use the world through a different lens, a lens that focuses on the fragility of skill. So uh, the journey is far from over. So to conclude, there, there will be more challenges, more moments of doubts, and more opportunities to learn and grow. But I now know that I have I found a place where I can use my skills, my compassion, and my humanity to make a real difference in the lives of others. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. And I'm also grateful and thankful to the organizer to give me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Especially thank you, Jugril Yashi Sange and Akash. Your opinions about nurses today in your own country are extremely valuable. And I'm sure you have a bright future to grow and to venture into this wonderful profession, to be an extremely honorable and accomplished nurse. Dr. Diki Wamgmo, your imperial presence in this country is definitely going to be a strong support to allow nursing to grow into new occasions and new heights. And we look at Bhutan and Bhutan nursing as an emerging on the global scenario in the future. Thank you. As we go ahead, our next speaker, Dr. Supapak Phetrasuwan. She's a professor, associate dean, international and internal relations and corporate communication, faculty of nursing, Mahidol University, Bangkok, Thailand. This basically tells us she has multiple roles to play. She also has a huge presence and a role to play at the World Health Organization, where she initiates multiple directives. We are very indeed happy that she was able to consent to be with us today. I think she's not able to join in. So I would hand over the mic to Dr. Diva Marie Beck to take this forward.
Yes, thank you, Phalakshi. And yes, it looks as though Dr. Supapak is otherwise busy. She, as I understand, she's currently in Norway at international meetings. So now it is my privilege to be introducing her students, Chali Kul and Supatsorn. And because of their timing, we pre-recorded their messages yesterday, and I had a great privilege to be recording their messages and enjoying getting to know them. Also, so it is now my honor to be introducing Chalikul Kongthorn, and also to say that her nickname is Dream. And when you look to see her face, you'll see that she lists her nickname Dream and then her name. So it is my privilege to introduce their recordings. Francesco?
Greetings, everyone. I hope you are doing well. I am Chalikun Kongtong, a fourth-year nursing student here at Mahidol University, Thailand. It is truly an honor to be here today, sharing my experiences and insights with all of you. Nursing has been a challenging yet deeply rewarding journey for me, and I am excited to reflect on what I've learned and how this profession continues to
Sorry, I'm not sure why it keeps pausing. Just give me 1 second.
shape me. For me, nursing is more than just a profession, it's a commitment.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm just going to stop sharing real quick. Yeah, I'm going to try sharing again real quick. Hopefully this works.
Greetings, everyone. I hope you are doing well. I am Chalikun Kongtong, a fourth-year nursing student here at Mahidol University, Thailand. It is truly an honor to be here today, sharing my experiences and insights with all of you. Nursing has been a challenging yet deeply rewarding journey for me, and I am excited to reflect on what I've learned and how this profession continues to shape me. For me, nursing is more than just a profession, it's a commitment to compassion, empathy, and making a difference. Nursing school has been challenging, requiring effort, time, and dedication, but it has shaped me into a better person. Recently, I just lost my mom, but actually she was my nanny, but I also call her mom and respected her as a mom. I lost her to cancer. Even in my final year in nursing, the loss was overwhelming. But seeing the nurses' kindness during that time made me reflect on my own role. Before, I was motivated by the impact I had on my patients and families. But now, after experiencing loss myself, I truly understand the depth of this profession, whether helping a patient recover or comforting a grieving family. This is why I choose nursing and why I keep going. About the strengths and gaps in nursing education, well, at my university, both theoretical knowledge and practical skills are equally valued. While strong clinical skills are essential, understanding the research and apply it to the patient care is just as important. However, some students find the academic workload overwhelming compared to hand-on trainings. About my support system and challenging, well, my mentor, including my teachers and professors, guide me throughout my journey. My family, especially my mom and my brother, has always been my biggest support, encouraging me throughout my tough times. Well, one major challenge in healthcare today in Thailand, I would say, is the burnout of nurses. In Thailand, nurses often handle a large number of patients per shift, leading to exhaustion and stress. Addressing this issue is crucial to maintain quality patient care. As a student, I would suggest promote peer support networks. For example, create or participate in a peer support group for nursing students, where you can share experiences, discuss challenges, and provide emotional support. This could help prevent burnout by fostering a sense of community. To put it in action, we could organize regular informal meetings or social events where you and your peers can unwind together, vent about difficulties, or simply make a break from the pressures of school or work. The future of nursing is bright, with endless opportunities for growth in clinical practice, research, and leadership. To make a global impact, nurses can join international nursing networks, like what we are doing now, to share best practices, advocate for healthcare improvements to enhance working conditions, as well as continue learning and innovating to improve patients' care. Nursing is more than just a career. It's a lifelong commitment to care and making a difference. I am excited to continue this journey, knowing I can create a positive impact. Thank you. And next, may I invite my friends, my classmates, as well as my roommates back when we were in the States. Please welcome Supapak Aphaisuwan.
Thank you, Dream. And greeting everyone. My name is Supapak Aphaisuwan, and I'm the 4th year nursing student from Mahidol University, Thailand. It is such an honor for me to be here today and to have the opportunity to share my perspective and experience with all of you. I would like to begin my story by sharing the moment I made my first decision to pursue nursing as a profession. Before I even began my study, I remember hearing a phrase that really caught my attention, which is, nursing is a combination of art and science. It was such an interesting and unique statement that I couldn't help but think about it. It sparked something inside me. But once I actually started my studies, I realized nursing was so much more than just art and science. I come to understand that nursing is about caring for the whole person in body and mind, society, and also the spirit. It's not simply about administering the medication or performing the procedures, but about understanding the human experience in its entirety. So this holistic approach, where the physical, emotional, and social aspect of a person are all considered, was one of the key motivators that had driven me in my studies and will continue to do so as I begin my career. So over the past 4 years, I've grown in ways that I never anticipated. I've gained invaluable skills, the skill that go far beyond clinical knowledge. I've developed the ability to communicate effectively, both with the patients and within the healthcare teams. I have learned the importance of teamwork, where collaboration between colleagues leads to better patients' outcomes. I've gained a deeper appreciation for research, as it not only informs evidence-based practice, but also allow us to improve care and advance in profession. But most importantly, I've come to understand that the central idea of patient-centered care, where the patient's preference, needs, and values are not only considered, but are the forefront of every decision we make as nurses. These are just a few of things that I see as essential to making nurses more capable, valuable, and better equipped to care for patients. So nursing is a dynamic, evolving profession, and we must adapt to changing needs of society. But the deeper I dive into nursing, the more I realize how vast and diverse the field truly is. At the start, I thought nursing as just simply providing care for the sake, but now I see it as a profession that opens the door to a broad range of career, not just as a nurse, but also the teacher, a researcher, a leader, or even an advocate. So this field empowers people to use their skill in ways and they might never have imagined. So when I reflected on what have kept motivating me to study nursing, I realized how much of this had come to unvarying support my family, my teachers, my professors, or also my friends. They have been my rock. They're always encouraging me, believing in me, and provide me a lot of countless opportunities to learn and grow. Their supports have been one of driving force that have kept me focused and determined to continue my study and one day can make a difference in the life of others. So as nursing has filled me with hope and excitement for the future, I must also acknowledge the challenge that we face in healthcare today. So one of the biggest challenges is increasing prevalence of mental health issues. So both in for our patients and among us too, like healthcare workers. So as a healthcare profession, we often work under the pressure, long hours, difficult cases, and emotional strain. And while we delegate ourselves to care for others, we sometimes forget to care for ourselves too. I've been firsthand how easy it can be to become overwhelmed by emotional and physical demand of the job. But what I've learned and what I want to share with all of you is the importance of self-care. As healthcare provider, we must take care of our own mental health in order to be fully present for our patients. So I urge every one of you to take the time to reflect on the mental state, your emotional well-being, and your overall health. So self-care it is necessary. When, when we make time to heal our heart and minds, we are better able to help other youth as well. So this brings me to the point that I want to emphasize today, that the health of nurses, as much as we focus on the well-being of our patients, we must never forget about our own. The future of nursing relies on health and vitality of its nurse. If we want to continue providing high quality care, we need to support each other and prioritize our well-being. The profession is vital, and for it to continue growing excellent, we need to foster an environment where nurses not only excel for patient care, but also in research, leadership, and overall health. Last but not least, I want to remind everyone that the journey to providing excellent care begins with the taking care of ourselves. Only when we value our own health and well-being can we truly give the best care to others. Thank you for your listening.
That was wonderful. Thank you, Phetrasuwan. Thank you, Chilagul. We are extremely happy to note certain extremely important remarks from the students of Mahidol University, Thailand. As we conclude today's session, our closing remarks would definitely be the nurses today have an enormous presence in each and every country where they represent. However, our initiative was to include the student nurses. Our student nurses have proved that they are intelligent, they have thoughts and voices which are very important. And today, as nurse leaders, it's our duty to understand what the student nurse wants, what she would look for in the nursing tomorrow. It's high time we stop ignoring them, because each and every statement made in this session today itself is an extremely valuable remark. It's a big directive to the nurses to tell them that yes, these nurses are very important, and as students, they have a voice. A few points which were remarked were the difficulties which the nursing students faced to practice in excellent clinical fields. What is extremely important is that the Southeast Asian countries cannot be compared to the Western European or American countries. They have a very strong presence. And what is important is this presence is growing. It's growing in very, very rapid numbers. And these numbers are numbers which we need to stand and notice. The statements made today are the difficult clinical practices. The statements made today is a student nurse telling herself as well as her fellow colleagues to look after herself, because nurses need to care for nurses. If nurses are expected to look after someone else, the first person which a nurse needs to understand to care for is her own self. And I think that is an extremely strong message. A few other messages which were relayed by our dynamic student nurses were that they need to understand that they have decided not only to be a nurse, but to enter into a specialty of their own choosing. On a global scenario, we are looking at numerous images where nurses are called as nurses. But today's student nurses don't want to be called only as nurses. They want to be called as cancer nurses. They want to be called as nurse researchers. They want to be called as nurse academicians. They want to be called as specialties. They want to be called as so many prefixes. And that is a significant, important message today to understand that these are the opportunities which are available for them, and they are going to use this opportunity to grow. Nurses of the future, here come the student nurses today, who are definitely going to occupy a very important place in the future of each country. Nightingale Initiative of Global Health emphasizes the thoughts and provinces shared by Florence Nightingale many centuries ago. And this is what she said. And she emphasized, and this is her vision for nurses of tomorrow. And today, these student nurses are definitely going to take this forward. Let's take this opportunity to thank the Nightingale Initiative of Health, UNITAR, Sifal York, and our multiple nurse leaders who had the foresight to say that today we need to hear what our students had to say and allow them to speak on a global platform to millions of nurses to hear and make note of them. I conclude by thanking each and every one of you all for your enormous presence and your valuable thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, Phalakshi. Go ahead.
I would welcome Dr. Diva Marie Beck to also look at some questions which have been shared. And if we have time, we could use this opportunity to answer them.
Thank you, Phalakshi. Thank you to all of you. I moved with every message. Thank you so much. Now I see here that someone named Khadija Shakir has asked a really interesting question. I'm going to read it here from the chat. How do you think student nurses can be involved in creating new arenas for nursing practice, like, for instance, telehealth, community advocacy, environmental health? Also, I would say global advocacy. Akash, I see you there. Would you like to answer that question? I'll ask it again if you wish. Akash, are you ready to answer? Do you need me
yes,
to
ma'am.
ask the question again?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yes. Okay. How do you think student nurses can be involved in creating new arenas for nursing practice, like telehealth, community advocacy, global advocacy, and even environmental health?
So, nursing students can be a preference for this creating economic, environmental, and this. So here, as a nursing student, we are dealing with the patients in the hospital, whereby we are getting the experiences, and during our experiences, we can see that there are some lacking. We are lacking behind while caring for the patients and all. So we can say that while dealing with the patients, something is lacking when we are not able to provide good care to the patients due to infrastructure, lack of infrastructures, equipments, and other facilities. So as a nursing student, we have gone through lots of difficulties in delivering the care to the patients. So according to me, when we are giving the care, we also need some improvised or good quality facilities. So as a nursing, we can give our feedback, nursing student, we can give our feedback to our seniors about what are we lacking in giving the care, providing care and support to the patients. So by taking the feedback from students who have experienced difficulty in providing the care and good care to the patients, so we can modify some changes in the we can bring some changes in the facilities whereby the patients can get good care and they can we can provide good quality of care and support to the patients whereby the patients can be healed properly and they would have belief in our nurses that our nurses can provide a good quality of care and support to them.
Thank you, Akash. Thank you. I see Hawa Ailela has brought her face back into view. Hawa from the Maldives. Also, before you speak, I just wanted to say thank you to you and to Shamila and to Professor Ibrahim for being with us during your Ramadan devotions. Hawa, would you like me to read the question again? You're unmute yourself.
Yes, now you can hear me, right?
Yes.
I can see the question and I would like to add my own opinion to that. I think involving student nurses in a different nursing practice arenas is really, really effective. I can tell you with experience, because as I have said in my presentation, that in our university and from our faculty, we are already doing a community nursing event, a health promotional event that is given for the community, that we are choosing the topics, the issues of our community now we are dealing with, and we are talking about it, and we are giving education to people on how we could help them and how they could improve their health. So a lot of people is learning through these events, and they give us feedback that they are learning a lot. And I think those areas when student nurses are really working together with the universities and with the community, as well as joining with the hospitals, it really gives back to the community. I feel like we could help a lot. Also in Maldives, we have a lot of NGOs about a lot of things like Cancer Society, diabetes, and a lot of NGOs are there. And these NGOs also try to make people more aware about a lot of problems. And in this, I can proudly say they also involve us student nurses to help them with their events and their promotions. So it will help us. We could get more opportunities, and we could see more how actually people want us to give them, how so we could give them back what they're expecting from us when we are full-time nurses too. So I think that really will help student nurses. Helping them is also really helpful to the community as well as us, as it is expanding our knowledge too.
Thank you, Hawa. Thank you very much. I see now we have back available to us Dr. Maria Teresa Tess-Panizales. Tess, would you like to introduce at least one more question, or perhaps carry on with the question in the chat? Unmute, Tess. Unmute.
that's technology and my own, not being able to open it up. I wasn't able to really open the chat discussion and questions in there. One of the things that I really would like to ask our current students is that, is there anything that you wish your curriculum would have had so that it will equip you to become better professional nurses in the next few years? So I could throw that out to any one of you who wants to answer. If no one else, I guess I heard from Bhutan. We don't have the Thailander students. I could throw that out to our students from India as well. Yeah.
Christy or Alina, we see you there, or Mickey.
Okay, let's start with Alina. Not putting you on the spot, Alina.
Hi, everyone. So actually, already we're having all the debate competitions and everything for like to be in the management or the leadership skills. Already, actually, we are getting from our college. Recently itself, we just had our connaissance, which is an inter-college program, which we have art competitions and that which has dance. Otherwise, we can show our talents, or we can do anything like essay writing competition, story writing competition. Already, most of the aspects as a student, what we need in our college time, our college is actually being provided. I think is actually not basically on academics. What from my personal experiences, I would like that. What I want is maybe having some physical or like sports related something, because not only like what are we doing in our nursing academics is basically is what we are studying right now, or the hospital related, or the clinical stuff. But I think physical health is also important for every student nurse, not only student nurse, for every students. That's what I personally feel like, that we should motivate students to do, like at least for 1 hour or in a week itself, to promote being like at least do something physical activities. Because I personally feel like students are actually having, sometimes they're really having some anxiety related program, anxiety or some, they are feeling down. So what I personally feel is that they should be also some kind of like they have to talk with their teachers, some uh, like sound psychological counseling if they are feeling down, or like they have to tell that they have to do some physical exercises or experience, so they can share with their colleagues what the problem is going on. So there is actually a little bit, I think that's I am seeing in India, and like not only in India, I can see in my hostel what's going on. Like there are lots of students here. I can experience it day by day, that everyone is actually doing good in curriculum, good in academics also, but they're feeling so down. We can, while we're also talking, I feel like it. I think what they should add in our curriculum is that maybe more like physical and psychological, how to talk with other students, like some sessions they need. That's what I think. If they had that.
Alina, that's really, an amazing introduction to the part that we know. We have gone through that as, as former student nurses as well. We ourselves, years ago, we do hear and we did have an experience on those things. What about our students from Bhutan? Is there anything that you want to add on what Alina have stated?
Maybe, maybe just Mickey. I know Mickey's put her face back on the screen. Mickey?
Awesome. Yeah.
I do feel sometimes that there needs to be a change in the curriculum of not only like for the BAC especially. I feel working in government sector, I feel if there can be any like include of artificial intelligence for patient care, or more digitally equipped equipments if are been included in the curriculum, it will be actually very helpful to manage that poor patient and nurse ratios. So that is one. If we can include artificial intelligence, because it is in trend and we have to be in trend as well. We cannot follow the classical nursing only. So first point is that one. And secondly, I also feel there should be more certification course for the student nurses. We see that certification courses are given only to nurses who have passed their graduate or already have graduated or post graduated. But certain certification courses, if they can be provided during the student time, then I feel the student will be more motivated. So secondly, that one, yeah, I do feel this things need to be included. And again, revision of the syllabus also sometimes. Too many of assignments should be cut down from the syllabus actually, and more into practical things should be there.
Thank you.
I don't know, it's my viewpoint.
Thank you. Thank you. Tess?
Yeah, that's really great. Thank you for being able to capture that. It does follow through our past conversations or our past student nurses voices series as well. And to think that, like with Alina really pinpointing the importance of the student burnout. It's not just a professional burnout, but a student burnout. And we need to take care of ourselves. So it is important that we do see and connect with each other to be able to self-care and to also support the self-care of our colleagues, our co-students. And if you find that there is something going on, we need to be able to involve our faculties. And I know they are there to support not only academia, but to support our students, because you are the future.
Thank you, Tess. I believe we have 3 more minutes officially. Christy, can you speak to the question for 1 minute? Christy, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Just 1 minute before we close. What needs to be added to the nursing curriculum?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, when we consider the nursing curriculum ages ago, it was like a very strict way of learning. Now, when we consider if we look at what's happening, people consider nursing as a little more joyful and a good course to do because of the job experiences, the vacancies, the interest, the integration with the other courses like IT, AI, or any other specializations. People are feeling more, interested to join into nursing. So that's a good thing. And I think we need, as one of the ma'am said, we need to get integrated courses when we are in the student period itself, like before the graduation.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I know a minute isn't that much. Francesco, I think we can close now with the Nightingale Declaration. Just for everyone to know, we add this back a minute there, Francesco. Thank you. For everyone to know that this declaration was the founding credo of the Nightingale Initiative for Global Health. It was created in 2003, and it's now available in 14 language versions. And we're looking for additional languages, as you might well guess. And so I'm going to read this line by line with an image that goes with each line. Also to suggest that if you feel like it, you can join me and speak the declaration for yourself where you are. Francesco. We, the nurses and concerned citizens of the global community, hereby dedicate ourselves to achieve a healthy world. We declare our willingness to unite in programs of action, to share information and solutions, and to improve health conditions for all humanity, locally, nationally, and globally. We further resolve to adopt personal practices and to implement public policies in our communities and nations, making this goal achievable and inevitable. Beginning today in our own lives, in the life of our nations, and in the world at large. What did Florence Nightingale envision for us more than 100 years from her time? She said in 1893, "We are only on the threshold of nursing. In the future, which I shall not see, for I am old, may a better way be opened." May we hope that when we are all dead and gone, leaders will arise who have been personally experienced in the hard, practical work, the difficulties and the joys of organizing nursing reforms, and who will lead far beyond anything we have done. And Francesco, let's hold this here just to say that your vision has been realized in this very session. You are the leaders she is envisioning, she was envisioning, both as professors and leaders and as student leaders. Already experienced in the hard, practical work, the difficulties and the joys of organizing nursing reforms and leading far beyond anything we have done. Next slide. Please join us with your voice by signing the Nightingale Declaration at nivision.net/declaration.html. And now for the next session, coming on April 15th, Student Nurses' Voices from Southern Europe. Looking forward to this. And just to say, we are so appreciative of this remarkable, awesome session and all of your contributions. Thank you to each and every one of you. We look forward to staying in touch with you.
Thank you. And bye. Thank you, Diva. That was a wonderful opening and a lovely closing. And we look forward to meeting all of you all again in the next section in April. Thank you and bye.
Thank you. Yeah, I would just also like to just extend my thanks on behalf of everyone here at CFL York to Dr. Manjrekar for moderating the session. Thank you for Dr. Beck and Dr. Panesalis for helping organize the whole series. Thank you to all of our student speakers and to all of the professors representing the universities. And of course, thank you to our audience for taking the time to join us today. And yeah, it was a fantastic session. So just thank you everyone so much. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.